December is up. December 1st.
December 1st.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Our Christmas tree is up.
So is ours.
I think everybody's, yeah, we've all got our Christmas trees up. The whole world. No, only those who want to.
Hanukkah is going on?
We had fun yesterday because, and it's really crummy that our morning reporter, Devin Haskins, isn't here right now. He's on breaking news. But he does the coolest, he has 3 kids, 2 girls and a boy, and him and his wife are the most creative with like little kind of traditions and stuff. And I remember years ago he would show me pictures of this elf on the shelf thing. You know, it's a book, it's a doll, it's kind of like, you know, this is the little watcher of the kids and make sure they're behaving. And you're supposed to just move it to a different spot when the kids come down every morning and they're watching you in every room. But they take it to the next level and they make it so like he's mischievous and like he's gotten into some trouble overnight. And they do, can we throw up some pictures because I just can't do it justice without showing you. They're working on it, they say. We got a bunch of pictures.
You can't do it justice and we can't pull them up.
I know.
Sorry, Devin.
But anyway, and so I'm like, gosh, my daughter's 4. I should get this elf on the shelf. And Devin said, just be aware.
Pump
like
the brakes.
it is a lot of creativity and work. And some days you wake up in the morning and you forgot to do it. And the kid's like, oh no, the elf didn't move. And you're like, oh crap.
My favorite one of these is that one right there. I peed the bed with the green peas.
Yep, they make little houses for them. This is the elf and his wife having fake breakfast. He did one that was like elaborate, almost like a teepeeing situation where they unrolled like a whole roll of toilet paper all over the bathroom. And he hangs it up on like a towel rack.
That's giving him ideas.
He made a zip line going from the upstairs to the downstairs that the elf was like swinging down. All overnight. So they have to like top each other each time.
Is that what it takes to be dad of the year, Brenda? Because if that's the case, I will never.
I'm out.
We're all failing. So we wanted to know, regardless of Elf on the Shelf, like, do you do any kind of fun holiday traditions that might be quirky or not common, but like Advent calendars typically start today. Some people do stuff for like the 12 days of Christmas leading up. Of course, Hanukkah started on Sunday.
Does anyone know that?
I don't know.
And what are the 12 days of Christmas about, by the way? I know that's probably like somebody out there is screaming through their mobile device at me right now. You don't know what the 12 days of Christmas
Well, the song.
I know
the
what
song,
the song
sure.
is.
I don't know when they are.
What was the motivation
Well,
of the
25
song?
minus 12 is the first day of it.
I thought maybe the 25th was the center of it. Maybe the 25th begins the 12 days. Maybe the 25th is the capper of the 12 days. We don't know, right?
I think I would guess. I would guess that it's the capper.
That makes the most sense to me too, Brenda. But do we
I don't
really
know for sure. I can't even keep the 12 days straight in the song. Veronica Gaston, good morning to you. She says, I started a new tradition this year, dressing up as the Grinch for our parade in Grand Ronde. That's funny.
Nice.
I love
You guys
the
have a
Grinch,
whole parade.
She actually sent a picture. I saw this on our main KGW Facebook page. Maybe we can pull that over, Veronica, at some point. But yes, I mean, she looked like the Grinch. It was like a face painting thing.
That's
oh
cool.
my gosh.
Stanford. Go ahead.
Read his.
He says, Oregon wineries are our holiday tradition. Love my ice wines. Those are pretty cool to taste. I remember over in Bend, there's a couple wineries that are ice wines.
Amber says you can buy 25 days of Elf on the Shelf ideas with everything needed to stage the scene on Etsy. And it's cheap too. That's a great idea.
Wait a minute, Devin.
Good idea. Do you guys do this at your house?
No, we don't.
So Patrick's how old?
Patrick
He's
is
4
4 and a
too.
half.
Okay.
Daphne just turned 2.
So I should always remember, you're 2, your oldest, and your daughter about the same age.
About the same age,
And I think we got our Elf on the Shelf the first year we did it. I remember Kelly Schwager, who used to work upstairs in our sales department. You both remember her. She told me about it one time during a toy drive event. I'm like, what are you talking about, this elf? She goes, it really keeps the kids in check. Now, it never really kept our kids in check. Maybe it worked for hers, but like you said.
Would you remind them and be like, oh, don't do that?
Yeah, sure. In the beginnings, when they were 6, 7, like, the elf is watching.
Haven't we also done some stories, though, about like child psychologists are like, you shouldn't do that to your kid, and a laundry list of things that you shouldn't do with your kids, and along with partaking in certain Christmas traditions, like.
What?
Well,
in case any kids are watching, I'm not going to say.
I'll say this, Chris. My kids are 14 now.
Disclaimer.
They did the Elf on the Shelf thing for 7 or 8 years. Those kids are so awesome. So the Elf on the Shelf did not negatively impact them, I'm going to say.
Okay.
But we also did not go to the lengths that you don't have to do this craziness.
No, you just move
where you're
around.
moving toilet paper all around the home. But we just hit them in a different spot. And the kids did enjoy that part. I don't think they were really, I'm just going to say it, believing in the elf. So
But they liked the game
But
of
they
it.
liked the game of finding the elf.
Yeah, sure.
You'll have to explain this to me because I'm not familiar with this. Connie Staub Miller, the adults on Christmas Eve play the Saran Wrap ball game. What is that?
I want to know what that is.
It's so much fun,
It
she
sounds
says.
fun.
Look it up.
You have to explain. Type.
Saran Wrap ball
it
game.
is a thing. Do you guys want to explain the Christmas pickle?
So I didn't know anything about the Christmas pickle, Nina, until yesterday when Cassie, one of our Sunrise producers, who may very well be in the production booth as we speak, there she is. She's in my ear right now. So Cassie said, "You guys do the Christmas pickle?" And we're like, "What are you talking about? What the heck is the Christmas pickle?"
Pickle.
So Cassie, you can correct me if I'm wrong about this. In fact, you can even run into the studio and correct me if
Must
I'm
be
wrong
a
about
Delaware
this.
County thing.
No, I never.
I
knew that
looked
growing
this up. It is, yes. That's definitely a
Cassie,
thing.
is that
Go
right?
ahead.
So the Christmas pickle, you hide it on the Christmas tree.
There's a Christmas ornament that's a pickle. It's usually one of those like kind of blown glass things. And you hide it. This is on Christmas Eve. It looks like that. There's a bunch of, you've seen, all those kind of ornaments.
Yep.
You hide the pickle somewhere on the Christmas tree, and then the kids come down, and the first kid to find the pickle, or maybe it's on Christmas Eve, the first kid to find the pickle gets a little present.
An extra
Right then. Yeah,
bonus
an extra
gift.
present.
A bonus
The
gift for the
Christmas
Christmas pickle.
I've always seen those in the Christmas shops, and I thought, how
They're
random
like, oh, it's just
that you've got
gag
an
gift
an
kinda.
ornament for everything.
Do you want to know what the Saran Wrap game is?
Why not the?
Yes.
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 Okay, so what you do is you take a huge ball of Saran Wrap and you wrap like money, candy, all in different layers of this, and you keep going in a ball and you put a piece of candy and then wrap, $1 wrap, and then you go around and each person does a full undoing of it, and you're lucky if you get a present in that one circle around.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And you just chat and have cocktails and unwrap the Saran Wrap.
And then us
I'm down with
environmentalists,
that.
Portlanders would not like the
You
Saran
can
Wrap
put it
game
in the
very much.
plastic recycling
You
at
can
New Seasons.
recycle Saran Wrap.
Clean Saran Wrap. I put it in that plastic bag.
That is
recycling.
good to know.
Game changer.
I
That
like
is a
it.
game changer. Thank you,
Shelby
New
Dowell.
Seasons.
Listen to this one. I like this. Another tradition is watching one movie per night for 23 days.
Wow.
And then on Christmas Eve, we get new pajamas and watch Christmas movie marathon and track Santa.
I love that.
I do.
That's
See,
great.
People do have good
I
ideas.
wish somebody could gift me enough time with our kids
I know,
to watch
movies.
that many movies.
Oh my gosh.
Krampus.
Jennifer Taft, Festivus for the rest of us.
Yes.
Group therapy.
Yes.
Yeah, my
That's
wife has done
awesome.
the Christmas jammies things with our kids. They've always like unwrapped their new set of pajamas for on Christmas Eve. I never did that as a kid. We never got pajamas.
Oh, well, I
really,
always
Huey.
did.
I got socks
Yeah,
and
I
underwear.
know. Did you just read?
Inside, I'm dying.
Socks and underwear. I could always count on Grandma Thomas for giving me socks and underwear.
Then there's the Seinfeld thing of Festivus with the aluminum pole, and then you air the grievances
Yeah.
are all around. We do that sometimes on Sunrise here without the pole.
One of my
One of our
Sometimes.
editors, Jay, is famous for airing of his
Yeah,
grievances.
that's true. One of my favorite traditions around the holidays, and Chris, I was encouraging you to check this out this year, Winter Wonderland at PIR. To me, that is a fantastic holiday lights display because you can stay warm. Now, so far this this season,
That hasn't been an
it hasn't
issue.
been an issue. It's
Yeah.
been so warm at night. But typically by December 1st, we're in the 30s,
Yeah.
in the early evening hours even. So anyways, Winter Wonderland out of PIR, it's a 2-mile track roughly that you drive through in your car with others and you're going very slow, maybe 5-6 miles an hour. Check out the lights, but you're inside the car, you can turn the Christmas music on. We always brought the hot chocolate
it.
with us for the kids. But the best part, and I told this to a Portland police officer one time and he said, "Drew, we do the same thing," so I felt okay about it. The kids, I would put them on my lap, and they would steer the car through the track.
Yeah.
So
They
at
were
like
so slow, yeah.
a 7-year-old, even
big
almost
time.
5, like they think they're driving the car. So that was their favorite holiday experience. too.
Patrick would lose his mind if I let
Yeah,
him do that.
and then
That-
every
I like
other
that.
day he's going to beg to do that.
Yeah, for the next
That was just a
364
special
days.
day. Oh my God, and they don't understand that it was just the situation.
Peacock Lane. When
Yes.
does that open this year? That was our
I think it's-
go-to.
When I was a kid, oh my
Southeast
goodness,
Portland.
yeah.
Is it?
I
Yeah,
got it, the 15th.
Oh,
I just
15,
checked this
okay.
yesterday.
Big
and they
deal.
didn't do it last year.
Always love
Right.
it.
Susan Decker says one tradition is watching the Christmas Story on Christmas morning while opening presents and having breakfast. I like that.
I like the one gift on Christmas Eve thing.
Yes.
That's kind
We
of
opened
usually-
all of our presents on Christmas Eve.
You
growing
did?
up. My mom's mom, her family
Really?
always did. Yeah, and I remember her joking. It's like she got a good night's sleep.
You
We
open them
always-
at night on Christmas Eve, and then on Christmas morning, you're just like playing with them.
Yeah.
Playing with toys.
Yeah.
And waking
How
up.
did you how did you go to bed? I mean, were you
Yeah.
just so excited with your toys? Like,
Yeah, but I mean, it was kind of like I don't know, that was always the tradition.
Okay.
That's just the way
Yeah.
we did it. And now because I like that tradition, I love Christmas Eve. So our kids always opened presents with my family on Christmas Eve, and we would open presents Christmas Day with Blake's family.
So wait, even when you were little, did you guys have the Santa thing? How was that explained?
I remember my dad, I think I was 4 because I totally bought in. I was in a little twin bed, my mom was sitting there, and my dad knocked on the front door and he did Santa's up on the roof, and I was listening to him and I was like, I was so excited. But I was a precocious little one. Like my mom, super religious, was not into Santa, she was into Jesus.
Right.
So like that was kind of a thing where she didn't really want to focus on Santa, she wanted to focus on, you know, what she saw as the true meaning of Christmas. So I don't know. I remember on a drive to see Christmas lights. This was when we lived in California. I was probably 6, and I was like, no spoiler, in case anybody's kids are listening, I remember asking my dad just point blank.
Like, tell me the
Yeah.
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was totally good with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense to me.
So the rest of your childhood, there really was no
I know,
Claus
you're
business.
just stoked to see what your parents got
Absolutely.
you.
Oh, and you know what I was? I was the master at opening presents prior to Christmas. I would take little knives and I'd slice
Oh
the end
my
of
oh, you
I
sneaky
would
Brenda.
look in. I remember one year they took me, only child, shopping with them. And we were in a department store and they were off somewhere and they had bought white go-go boots for me. And somehow they were distracted, I don't know where, and I looked
you peeked in the
there.
bag?
Oh my God, I was so
Yeah.
excited. It never ruined it, man. I was just a
You were just
nutball
more
for
excited,
Christmas.
to actually get your hands
I
on
was
it.
the
But you had
worst.
to keep your mouth shut about it.
So somebody said this to me the other day. If you big into Santa Claus, does the big gift come from Santa, or does the big gift come from mom and dad? And the rationale for not suggesting that it comes from Santa was that little
get
ones
some
should
credit.
know. Yeah, the kids, the parents get some
get
credit, and they should know very early on how hard mommy and daddy work.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I'm like, it's a really good point.
There's a lot of memes out there,
They're
yeah,
gonna find
about that.
they're gonna find that out at some point. I guess sooner than later is helpful. You know, maybe Patrick wouldn't make such a mess around the house if he knew time is money. You know,
Nah,
like
he still would. They don't
Yeah, he still
understand
would.
it that much.
Probably true.
Okay, somebody else was better explained. Oh no, what happened? The saran wrap game. You have to roll a 6 on a dice to pass the ball, the saran wrap ball, to the next person. And at the core of it, you would put like a restaurant gift card or like some
The
like
big gift.
the big gift.
So you wanna
yeah,
be the
at the end of
last
the
one.
saran ball.
Huh.
That's kind of cool. Weird, but cool. Kind of like the pickle.
Susan says my daughter figured it out when she saw stocking stuffers for sale at the store.
Yeah. You know, I can remember 2 things. When I
how
found
did I
out
not get
and when
that?
my kids kind of knew. But look, I must have bought in 100% because 2nd grade, my mom was working in the afternoon. So my sister and I would come home, you know, empty house. My sister was in charge. She was 4 years older. And I must have said something, you know, early on in December about this is what I want for Christmas. And my sister's like, that's way too expensive. I'm like, I'm just going to ask Santa for it. It'll be cool. And she's like, there is no such thing. I'm like, huh? Like, I remember like thinking like, it was like, whew, got it, hold on, what? And she's like, no, there's no such thing as Santa Claus.
It's
And I'm
Mom.
like, and yeah, she goes, Mom is buying all the presents. And I was like, pissed. I was pissed at like the fact that there was no Santa. I was pissed that she told me. I was pissed that I was being lied to. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, and then I was pissed that I wasn't going to get this present because I was like, you're right, I can't ask for that from Mom. She can't afford that. But like that was crushing. And I remember I was whatever I was, 8 years old in 2nd grade. 2nd grade, still bought in 100% until my sister laid out the truth. But my kids,
Oh, big sisters.
I remember my kids, you know, maybe like, you know, 2, 3, they still don't get it. 4, they're starting to get
I
it.
was at the bus stop.
But let me finish real
Go
quick.
ahead,
But
yeah.
5, they were like, is there a Santa Claus? My kids at 5 years old, is there really a Santa
And
Claus?
that
I'm like,
reminds you,
really?
have we already let
Just
the
last
cat
year
out of
you
the
started
bag?
to buy in 100%, and now you're already questioning it. And I would I would just turn the corner and walk away. My wife was like, if you believe, it's real. whatever that means.
Yeah, what should you say? I don't know.
Honestly, I was in the doghouse one Christmas, and I don't remember how old Zach was. Was he 7 or 8? But I was downstairs, I was putting on my makeup, I was doing some stuff, and he came up behind me and he just asked me point blank. I mean, those dark brown eyes looked straight into my eyes, and he said, "Tell me the truth." And I did. And then he was crushed. And my whole family was like, "Why did you do that?" I'm like, he asked me point blank. I'm not going to lie to him. But then we had to, like, it was just ridiculous. We went onto this big ruse of whatever. I was like, oh my God.
So that was Zach.
Yeah.
So how did he did he stay quiet for Jaden for a year or two?
Well, I think he wanted to believe, so I don't think it was like, she was way too little at that point. They're 5 years apart.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I don't ever remember that with her.
Yeah.
She is my little stoic one, man. She's very sciencey. So I'm sure, like, I don't even remember that it was ever a thing. We did fun stuff, and we always had Santa and presents, but I don't ever remember her asking one way or the other.
Here's a good
Tradition?
comment that I can read, Willie, from you. He said, this is actually a good idea. He says, it's good for smaller gifts to come from Santa, so when they talk about it at school, some kids aren't crushed by how Santa gave one kid an iPad, but all, the other kids got, like, Hot Wheels or Matchbox cars or whatever. Like, that's a good plan, actually.
That
like
is.
have the
Hey,
Devin,
get the man.
You guys been talking about me.
Yes, we have
Lighting that shot out, Brian.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There you go.
the king of Elf on the Shelf.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we throw up
Widen
some of
out.
those pictures and he can
think we
kind
have
of
to move.
explain a few of them?
Here we go.
Whoa.
All right. You guys have all, I know we only
Okay,
got
tell me the
minute
story
or
of
so.
Elf on the Shelf super fast. How did you guys take it to the
There's your pictures, by the way.
Epic level.
Yeah.
How did we take it from basically just moving it around the
Yes.
shelf to
Were you born?
I love that. That's great.
That's hilarious.
That's my oldest daughter. She and my other 2 kids just love waking up in the morning and running around the house
Finding
before
this.
school and trying to find it, and or both of them.
Did you ever use it as a means to, like, keep them in line, though? Keep them in check? Like, he's watching, keep being your best behavior?
Maybe at first, but it really kind of stopped turning into that. It was more like, where they at? Okay, now how do we take it, not to the next level, but just kind of keep that magic going and that fun going. And that's kind of how we just kept doing it. Was just doing it more and more. And you saw, like, the joy when they woke up in the morning. You're like, where's Jingles? Where's Snowflake?
Right.
And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, now where can we put them? Let me tell you, it is the worst feeling as a parent to feel as a failure when you wake up in the morning and all of a sudden they're like, they didn't move. And your heart just sinks.
Well,
What do you say?
you just
I
have
can
to
tell
be
you, it
creative
happened in our
with a
house.
reason.
What did you guys say? To me, that was a simple solution.
We may have said, like, did you touch them? But no.
you're not
If
supposed to touch
them,
it.
They say.
There's supposed to be like that rule. We break it Christmas Day and let them carry them around and have fun with
You
all
blame
of
the
it.
children.
We do, totally. No, we just maybe they got sick. Maybe they forgot. Maybe they were so tired that they came back and forgot. And you try and do it, and then all of a sudden
Make
it's
up
like,
excuses.
Maybe they celebrated too much tonight.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we had a party one
But it
night.
blows right over them. I mean, they don't care. They look forward to it the next day.
It's a very resilient.
We came home late, slept in late, did not move that elf that night, and the kids called us and said, elf never moved. And my wife quickly on her feet said, he must love that spot. That was it. End of the story.
That's cute.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thinking on
I
your
did
feet.
that with the tooth fairy.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
a bad one too.
Oh, there's the rub.
What?
I mean, it is a domino effect, right?
Oh, on like
it's a
other
house of cards.
things? Yeah.
It's
Tooth
a house of
fairy.
cards. So
Yeah.
I don't think we ever even went down the Tooth Fairy road. It was like, yeah, we'll give you something.
never
for your-
did?
Like, yeah, you'll get something for
But they
losing
never
your
put it
tooth,
on
but
the
it's
pillow?
coming from us, you know? Yeah, we'll leave something for your tooth falling out. But it wasn't the Tooth Fairy.
I had them all when I was a kid. I had them all.
Yeah.
I had all the fun things.
We
Same.
do them all, and we figure when they find out, they find out.
What do you get for a
Absolutely.
tooth?
About
25
$1.
cents.
Just a bunch of quarters.
We used to get, quarters.
Got a
Just
quarter.
quarters. Just
That's inflation.
Doesn't look huge.
they don't care. I mean, my
Yeah.
kids don't care.
It's
You
just
can
the
give them,
act of it, or
Yeah,
like
it really
something
is.
new under the pillow.
So-
But is it hard to reach under there and you're like, oh, where's the
I had
fucking
one.
tooth?
I had one
Did
time
you
where
put it
my
in a
oldest
baggie or
daughter
something?
woke up and said, "We tried to." Where she woke up, she goes, "What are you doing?" I was like, "No, I'm just tucking you in," you know. And then so it became like, okay, now we have to either wait longer or something.
You have to set an alarm in the middle of the night to go in there. It's
But
like,
yeah, that was. And then she finally asked us this last year, after she had lost all her teeth, and we told her the truth.
Yeah.
But,
Why did we do it under the pillow? That was a bad idea to
I
begin
have
with.
no
Like, why
idea.
not? Hey, leave it by the cereal box, and we'll see what they put next to the cereal box in place of it
a
later.
little pillow that had a little pouch in it.
I've seen
for the
those,
tooth
yeah. A
tooth
when I was a
pillow.
kid. It was a little yellow pillow about so big, and you would put it like by
Next to it.
next to my bed.
Oh, that's a good idea.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
you're not trying to get under their head. We did our letter to Santa last night. And oh yeah, we're almost ready to go. It was My Little Pony, Wonder Woman costume, and then she said, maybe we could ask Santa for something for you. And I said, oh, that's nice. And she said, what about coffee mugs? And I was like, okay. And so she wanted my coffee mugs on there. She goes, what do you think Dad would want? And I was like, I don't know, maybe a hot tub. And she was like, ooh, okay, let's write hot tub down. I'm like, okay.
The big presents for Dad this year.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
All right, you guys. Devin, I'm glad that you could race
Yeah,
back.
I know.
I tried.
Too.
Yes,
That
those
was fun.
pictures are awesome.
Well,
You've
I had to
inspired
claim
me.
my Dad of the Year title.
I
but,
know, I love it. All right, you guys,
can't all
thanks for
earn it.
weighing in. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
But